Hello and welcome. If you are new around here, my name is Kati and this channel is about my love for stationery, journaling and planning. And today it's confession time, which means I'm going to show you all stationery I bought in a certain time. And today we are talking about November and December 2025 because I want to catch up in these videos. So this will probably be a longer one, so I hope you enjoy chatting with me about all the stationery. And this time we are going in order of purchase, so I will start with this one, which I bought on the 6th of November. And I actually did an unboxing video of this, so I will link it for you. This is a stationery store in Finland and they sell on Etsy. So here's the name of that store, and I wanted to try these, but now I'm sad to say that they removed this sticker from the store. So my idea was that they had these emoji heads, sad feelings, negative feelings, and then happy feelings. And I ordered these sheets that had 6 different ones from each. And my idea was that when I have tested these out and found my favorites that I use a lot, I would then order whole sheets from that emotion, because that was possible back then in November. But as I said, they have removed these listings. I can't find these stickers anymore on their shop, so I don't know if they removed them like forever or if it's something. But I think, well, I'm afraid that they removed them totally because they have this different girl now, so maybe they just want to sell those because they are not custom stickers. So I'm sad that my thing kind of like went wrong, so I can't buy a full sheet of an emotion that I would use a lot. So, but I'm using these now, and yeah, and then I can't buy anymore, probably. I have decided to share the prices and how much I spent, just to be open with how much money I spend in this hobby. It doesn't mean you have to spend so much, or it doesn't mean that if you spend more, it's a bad thing. I just want to be open with my money spendage in this hobby. So these were together €9.29, and because this is a Finnish store, I'm in Finland, the postage was cheaper. So I counted with the postage, one sticker sheet was about €4.65. So that was the cost of that order. So then on the 19th, I probably had a stressful thing. Probably I went to the dentist, so that's usually how I end up shopping. So I went to a second-hand store, so people can give their stuff free and then they will sell it, and they give job opportunities to unemployed people and so on. So it's like a charity thing when you go shopping there. That's what I keep telling myself. But I bought a lot, and this is not even all, but I can't fit the one thing here. So let's start. I have been dreaming about a ruler since I learned about the thing that there is a small step here. And someone said that in a video, can't remember who it was, that when you use this side of the ruler, when you make lines, so you don't smear the ruler with your pen. And I was like, oh, that's such a good idea, because I have had the problem using a ruler when I use multiple colors. When I do my weekly layout, I have to clean the ruler and my pens go, yeah. So I was so excited about that trick, but the problem was that I didn't have a ruler with this step. So I have been looking for a long time in the second-hand store, but there wasn't anything that I would have wanted to buy. But now I found two. So this was in pretty good shape and it cost me 50 cents. I was happy about that. And then I also bought this other one, which was also 50 cents, and this is some kind of metal, and this I bought if I want to cut something with my craft knife, I can cut against this, so I wouldn't cut in the ruler, because if you use a plastic ruler for that, you will cut in the ruler easily. So I was happy about that, because for now I have just used an extra metal piece from an IKEA furniture. So, but it's a bit long one, so this goes nicely with some smaller cutting things. Then I couldn't resist when I saw these, because this package was unopened. I have had some bad experiences with buying post-its or sticky notes, because you never know how old they are, because they don't usually have a year here, so you don't know how old. This says copyright 2020, so it can't be older than that. But this was unopened, and it's an extreme post-it notes, so you can use them anywhere and water resistant. So I was excited. Okay, the colors are not so nice, but this is plasticky. I don't know. It's a Durahold paper and glue, so it's very plasticky, so I would suspect you can't write with just any pens. I haven't used them a lot, but now I have them for if I need some post-it notes for extreme cases. So I just, and yes, the price was €1.20, so not a lot, so I thought these were fun. Then this one. Okay, so I was excited. So this is a personal rings, and the brand is Time System, and this is real leather, but I didn't realize in the store that these rings are not the one, the sizing of them is not what I'm used to. So I thought this would be a nice personal rings planner. It says here, genuine leather made in Italy, Time System International. And well, this says 1980, 80 and 90, so it's probably a very old one. But because it's real leather, it's still in good condition. Where did I put the... Yeah, so I didn't realize in the store that these rings are not the same. And I thought these were nice because these are black, these rings. But then at home I realized, yeah, so I should make the holes. They are like this, matches, but this doesn't. So I would need to make the holes a bit like in a wider composition. Now I'm thinking if that is possible with my hole maker. I would suspect it is possible. This is like, it's not standard personal, and I was so excited. I took this one day and I was like, okay, now I'm going to make a personal ring setup, and then it was like ultimate like crash, like why these rings don't match. Oh no, what I'm going to do now. So I was so disappointed, and this was also the reason why I wasn't able to make this November confession earlier, because I kind of was like ashamed that I didn't realize in the store that these rings don't match. But the difference is so small, and this brand is not familiar to me, so I didn't know they make the holes differently. And I was just, somehow I was like, just, I was ashamed. And then also this cost me just, it was €2. I paid €2 for this, but still I was ashamed that I hadn't noticed that the rings are not right. So yeah, and then also when I had this home, I realized that this cover has a smell. It's probably a perfume or some hand lotion or something, but this has a perfume-like smell, probably from the previous owner, and I just can't stand perfumes any, like, I just know I can't. So I was like, okay, I will just take this back. So it was €2. It was a huge disappointment, although the money is not so big, but it was just like, because I had already like thought about, oh, what kind of setup I will make and so on. But now, like, it has been now over 2 months. Now I can almost laugh about it. Maybe I can laugh about it. So €2, it's not the end of the world, and I can take this back and maybe somebody else will enjoy it. Because because it's no point for me taking these rings out because they are the wrong rings. I won't. Because of course I could make inserts like this, but I have a lot of personal size inserts, so I would like to use them. And all my dividers and everything is in this ring thing. So I don't have the energy, and then also with the smell I realized, okay, this is a no-go. I don't do anything with the cover, I don't do anything with the rings, I will just take it back. And that's the end of that story. Then I still bought something and my spouse was, why did you buy that? He didn't understand, but I was so ecstatic when I saw it. I don't know, please let me know if you understand my excitement. I bought this one. This is like a, well, maybe you can understand what it is. So you can just put here papers in order. There is the months, there is the days, there is the weekdays, and the alphabet. I have a lot of paperwork that I should put in order and in files and so on. And also when you're doing your journaling, you maybe want to put your whole month or year in order. And I have used this kind of divider thing at work when I was working at the post office, so I immediately knew what this was when I saw it, and I love things like this. So I bought it. This was €2.20. So it's not expensive in that way, and I love it. I will use this whenever I need to put my papers in order. I love it. It's so fun. And this is like plastic, so it will last me a lifetime. So it's so cool, in my opinion. Okay, maybe you understand. My spouse didn't understand what was so cool about that. But these all my stress relief shopping that day cost €6.40. So it's not the end of the world if everything wasn't so nice. Then we got to travel abroad. It was our first time since 2019. So 6 years later, over 6 years later, we went abroad. We didn't go far. So I live in Finland and close to the capital city, which is Helsinki. And from Helsinki is a short sea trip to Tallinn, which is the capital city of Estonia. And that is a thing what we Finns like to do, go with the ship to Tallinn and shop. The other place where we go with the ship is Stockholm, so Sweden's capital, but it's a lot shorter trip. It's just a few hours to Tallinn. And we went there for a one-night trip, and I love the bookstore that is close to the harbor. I didn't buy a lot because I'm trying to save my money, but I just gave in. So let's start with this because I have been looking for these. I can't find these smaller post-it notes in any store now here in Finland. So I was so excited when I saw these. I have been wanting these. I want to use post-it notes. The glue is so much better than in any of those no brand post-it notes. So if I want to put a post-it in my planner or journal or anywhere, I like to use real post-it because then there is no glue residue and so on, and it sticks also there, so it's not falling away. And I use these now again for my YouTube video planning, and I just love these. So I was searching, and I only found in a office supply store I would need to buy a huge pack of these. And of course, when you buy many, like 10 or more, it gets expensive. So I was so happy to find this with $3.50, and I love it. So that was, yeah. sad that I have to go to Tallinn to buy these post-it notes, but well, I'm so happy that I finally have this. It feels so stupid, but I'm happy. Then they had MT Washi. MT Washi is my favorite brand because, or what all I have tried, this is the best brand. Like the washi works, the glue works. Oh yes, I have to show you. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. So I watched the whole thing through what they had there, and this was the one that I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I'm not going to leave that behind. So although I don't need new washi, but now I have decided that if I see something that I really love, I will buy it, so I won't be sad about it because I can't go there like every day. This was a bit more expensive because it's a wider, I can measure it. With this ruler it's 24 millimeters wide, so they normally are 15. So this is almost 1 centimeter wider, and it was, oh, I hope I should have, well, now I checked that it's really 24 millimeters. And it's only 7 meters. Most of them, at least previously, were 10 meters, but okay. Bluebell Grey Summer. It's lovely. 6.35. Expensive, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful in my opinion. And then my spouse was looking for a ruler, and I saw this 16 centimeter one, and I just had bought this 20 from the secondhand store. So I was like, oh, now I don't need a new one. But my spouse was, hey, you are now going to buy it. It's 55 cents. You are going to now buy it. We are not coming here back very soon again. And I love it because it's 16 centimeters. It fits in my pencil pouch and it's easy to use in my mini rings and my pocket rings. So 16 centimeters is enough for most of my use cases. And it has this, yes, we were both shopping for a ruler which has this step here. So it's perfect. So that was my very small haul from Tallinn, and it was together 10 euros 35 cents, and I'm happy with all that I bought from there. Then the final purchase of the month, and this was due to this unboxing because someone recommended, or not, they told me that they use this a double-sided tape to like put stickers in their journal, and I was like, oh, what's that? Because I only have like double-sided tape for home things, and those are so thick you can't use those in a journal. But I went to see in my closest bookstore and I found this, and this was only €1.95. It has 10 meters, and this is so lovely. I can use this when putting pictures in my journal. So this is now an option. If I don't want to use a glue stick, I can use this. And I now understand when they said that they just tear it. Yes, you can just tear it. This is so easy to use. So thank you, Keltavuokko, for letting me know that there is such thing as a double side. And I think, yes, I was thinking that this is probably very similar to those that Travelers Company and Hobonichi, at least they sell those sheets with double-sided tape pieces, and I think this is probably pretty close to that. You just decide the size yourself, and those sheets are so expensive that I have thought about them, but I have been like, oh, it doesn't make any sense to pay so much for tape. So, but this was in a price point where I was ready to pay it. The only problem is that this doesn't fit with my glue sticks in the same box, so I keep this where my washi tapes are, so I just now have to try to remember that I have it when I'm gluing things. And that was all what I bought in November. So here's November in my spending tracker, and my total was €27.99, and my total in the year is getting closer to 800 euros, so that's per month 71 euros 14 cents. But we have still, oh yes, okay. So yeah, this is a problem because I bought my journals and calendars for this year, so I went in minus in my stationery sinking fund. So we started the month with a minus. I couldn't put more than 50 euros in my budget. So all these purchases put my budget more in minus, and that probably was the second reason why I wasn't ready to share this. But I thought and I hoped and I wished that I would get some Christmas money and I could fix this problem in my stationery budget. I know that's not a good way to think about it, but I have always in the previous years gotten some Christmas money, so I was hoping that I would get some also this year. Or my other option was that if I'm not getting any Christmas money, I'm doing my shopping now, and then next year, usually in the start of the year, there is not so much to shop, so I will just slowly then build my budget so the minus disappears. But that was November. So let's check still what I bought in December. So in December, I didn't help my negative budget at all because I started with this and I did an unboxing of this. So this kind of became because I wasn't able to make the personal ring setup in that new cover that I bought second hand. So, and Me Plus, this is a Me Plus, they had this special limited color for the end of the year and they had a Black Friday offer. So after thinking about it, I decided to get this one. So this is a personal rings I took 11 millimeter silver rings to it and this pen holder, and yeah, I will show you my current setup in a later video. But yes, I bought this, and because of the Black Friday offer I got some free inserts, and then because I have some points from my previous orders, I used those, so I didn't pay anything for these inserts. And yes, I will link for you the unboxing of this, so I will show these there more. So I didn't pay anything for the inserts, so this cover ended up costing me 147 euros and 56 cents. Yeah. So talking about trying to fix my budget, but this is just, the color is lovely. You can see it matches my blouse or my shirt, and I love this Pueblo leather. I have my mini rings also in it, and I love, for some reason, this is my favorite leather compared to anything else that I have tried. I love the feel, the touch, and the patina. So it's just, it's for some reason this is just what I love in leather. So happy about that, and also happy about these. I talk about these more in my. Oh, actually, I also talk about these inserts in my first setup video, what I did about this. So I will link that also for you if you are interested to see. Then I did a second order the same day. So I did order on the first day of December that, because they had also on the first day of December they had that Black Friday offer. So purchased then, and then I did order this because I have been. This is a stationery shop in UK. It has been difficult for me to order because they left the European Union. There has been things like they are not shipping to EU countries and so on and so forth. So after they left the European Union, it has been so hard and also impossible to buy from stores from there. But now I follow her on YouTube, So in one video she said that she had opened EU shipping, and if I buy from Etsy, Etsy takes care of the customs and so on. So of course I immediately went to her store, and no, she doesn't ship to Finland. But then I checked and she had all the other countries, Norway, Sweden and so on. So apparently I was the first one from Finland wanting to buy from her after she had reopened it. So I messaged her, please could you put Finland also on the list of countries where you ship, because we are in the EU and you say you ship to the EU. So she opened the shipping to Finland and I was able to make my order. And of course this was also a Black Friday order, so she was going to increase her prices, so this was the last time to get the things in this price. And I have been eyeing her stickers for so long, but because of the EU, it has been, yeah, impossible sometimes to get. But now it was possible, so I wanted to get with the old price. And I don't know, I kind of understand putting these in so many packs, but I just find it a bit too much. I feel that one package would have been enough for me, but okay. So this was actually an extra thing that I just put in my cart. But I think this goes with the theme of my word of the year or my phrase for the year. So, and yeah, well, I can, should I say it now? Well, I can spoil it. So my phrase for the year is self-love club. Did I have it written? Oh, I have it here. Didn't I have it here? Yes. This is my phrase for 2026. 2025 I had full-heartedness. Heartfulness. Yeah, that was a tricky one. I think this will be better. So, self-love club. And I got that idea from this store. She had a journaling card, like probably this size, which said self-love club. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. But the design wasn't anything that I would be so happy about, so I didn't buy it. But the phrase stuck in my head. And I was like, oh, that's such a good thing. Because every time when I think about self-love club, I think about things that I would do if I would belong to a self-love club. So I would need to do things that a person that loves themselves would do. So and I have already done things differently this year because I think about the self-love club. I want to belong to the self-love club. This year is like me trying to get into that club. So I need to do choices and decisions according to me, to the self-love club rules. So that's why probably I also bought this, because these texts go in that. A person in that club would think these things. And I didn't think about using these stickers. I was thinking about putting this in my pocket rings. Yes, so. And then this is the sticker why I wanted to make this order. And yeah, I bought a few because, well, now that I'm ordering, let's take them because I'm not sure when I would be ordering again. So I love this sticker. I have been always looking at it. So, love who you are. And it's glittery, it's rainbowy, and it goes so well with my self-love club theme. So, and I bought a few because then I could put one in, I bought 5. So I could put one in all of my planners, my mini, my pocket, my personal, and then I was thinking about that I could have at least one that I could gift to someone. I don't know. Now I have them and now I can put them anywhere. And this is just a good reminder. And it's so, I have to say it's prettier here on with all the lights and so on. So it doesn't look so nice when I have it in my planner, but it's just a good reminder of the word of the year. So this teeny tiny order cost me, with taxes and shipping, 19 euros 43 cents. So now that we compare this to this, which was less than half from, so I don't know, yeah, well, it gets expensive to order from abroad, from a not EU country. But I'm not sad, seriously. I have been thinking about those stickers for years. So now I just pulled the trigger. And then the final purchase of December. This I have shown. I made an unboxing video of this cheap personal rings. So although I showed this one first, of course, this took time to arrive. So I had this first. I bought this on the 11th of December. So of course I didn't have this one yet. So I started my personal setup with this. So this was just a cheap planner from the grocery store, $4.99, not a lot. So, and it came with inserts, and yes, I did the unboxing. I will link it so you will see what all it had in that, because I don't have those now here. But I have bought these previously, so I was kind of knowing what I was getting, but they had changed the maker, so I was wanted to see what's the quality nowadays. And I have actually put the new, no, I have, these are the old ones. Yeah, so it came with dividers and so on. Yeah, and with old ones I mean these are the dividers that came with this kind of cover in the previous years. So I have found the value, well, 5 euros. That's, yeah, again, not a lot of money. And then I went to the store to get this, but then I saw this and I couldn't resist. It's a weekly calendar with postcards. Of course, they are not very sturdy, so it's not so sturdy as real postcards, but this has a stand, so I will keep it on my desk where I do my journaling and planning. So I have a weekly calendar, and then I enjoy that I can have a, let's do a flip. I have a new picture every day, so it's fun. And this was the first picture, so I thought this was beautiful. I did enjoy this. So, and now I have then, after this year, I have 53 postcards. But I also thought that I can, these are so nice, some of these, that I can use these as some kind of dividers or whatever I want to make of them. So this was fun, but, oh, this was $3.99, so €1 less than this. But although it's supposed to have a stand, it's this small piece here didn't. It was falling every day. So I just put with some washi paper here. Oh, actually, this is one of those from one of the weeks, one of these. So I just put that here. So I get a little bit bigger stand holder, and now it stays in place. So it's perfect now that I have made the stand a bit better. So with the own stand it didn't stand. No, that wasn't working. But now it works. I have it on my table, and 4 euros, I think, yeah. I just couldn't leave it there. I couldn't leave it there. There were different designs, but this one was the one that I fell for. So this calendar haul was €8.98. And that was all what I bought in December. So let's look at my December here. So in total I spent €175.97, and that is a huge amount of money. And oh, my total in 2025 came closer to €1,000. So that's €79.88 per month, but that is less than I spent in 24 or 23. So in that way, last year was a success, but it wasn't anywhere closer. This is a tricky one, and I don't have a solution yet or a decision yet for this year, so I probably will talk about that in a different video. I know we are going at the end of January, so in January I did everything similar that I have done in the previous year, so I gave myself 50 euros to stationery, but I'm thinking now that somehow I will change that. So in my mind, I think about 50 euros should be enough for stationery per month, because that's a lot of money, but it hasn't been in the previous years. But I think now that I have my covers now, I have a lovely mini rings, pocket rings, personal rings, I have the covers, I have found my journal, I have found my planner, I have lovely fountain pens, and I have my inks and so on. And I'm not buying washi. The only thing that I think that I would maybe like to buy more this year is stickers, but that's to be decided. So if we consider that I wouldn't buy any new leather covers this year, I would assume that 50 euros per month would be enough. I would hope so. But we will see. We will see what I get excited about this year and so on. But yes, about my budget. I did get Christmas money. So we were badly in minus here at the start of the month, but I got some Christmas money. So the first one didn't fix it, and the second one didn't fix it, but the third one did fix it. So I ended up in plus in my stationery sinking fund for the end of the year, and now I have this money, and now I'm trying to shop less so that I would keep my sinking fund in a nice amount. So if there is something, a limited edition, a special edition, or something that I am just like, oh, I really, really want to have that, and I also need it in my life. So yeah, so that's the situation where we ended at the end of December, and that's a huge amount of money. But of course now if I think about back what all I have bought this year, if I still have space, I can link my confession video playlist, so if you want to see what all I have bought this year. But this will get down if I stop buying covers, and I think I feel I don't have a need now. I'm not like I need a mini rings, or I need a personal rings, or I need a pocket rings, or I need a passport TN. No, I have everything now, and all the planners and journals that I'm using now, which need a cover, they have a cover that I like using. So I'm really like in peace now, and I have all the pens, and now I have also my rulers, and I have everything. So kinda everything that I buy now is some extra pleasure, or yeah, I don't have any needs now. And that kind of feels good. And also it's like, oh no, what will I get excited about next? But let's hope that this peace stays. Like and everything then what I buy is out of, oh, I'm so excited about that, or that's so lovely, and that would be bring so much more to my, I don't know, journaling or something. I don't know. I have everything now to keep my things working, and everything is okay now. I have everything. I have found the things that I love. You that is still watching, would you leave me a flying bill emoji in the comments, or any money related emoji? I would be so happy to see, does someone watch these to the end? But if you enjoyed this video, please give it at least a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be very happy if you would. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I hope to see you down below in the comments with the flying bill, or whatever you want to comment on. And I also hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.